आणि त्याला पण पाठव होस्टला काय क्लायंटला आपलं है ना.
हो त्याला good morning and warm welcome to you all. I'm Vaibhav, your host for today. Our topic for today is understanding artificial intelligence at work. It shall be taken by Mr. Dinesh Kumar Tejwani. He shall cover what is AI and how it changes things, live demo of AI in action at work, getting ready for a future with more AI, worries, dangerous, and using AI the right way, and followed by question and answer session. Our agenda for today is virtual inauguration by Dr. Sundar Kataria, invoking the blessing of deity, chanting of Gayatri Mantra, introduction of speaker, presentation by Mr. Dinesh Kumar Tejwani, question and answer session, and last closing session. About the Sadgun Sangh conceived and led by Dr. Sundar Kataria, driven with a mission to elevate the quality, safety, and environmental awareness levels of industry. Sadgun Sangh is a series of educative, informative events aiming to illuminate professionals on possible solutions to current issues of industry and economy. A brief introduction of Dr. Kataria, designation, organization, Chairman and Managing Director, International Certification Services Private Limited, academic qualifications, Doctorate in Business Management, Mechanical Engineer. His experience, Rajasthan Atomic Power Project, India's first nuclear power plant, RAPP at Rawat Bata, Kota, built by Indian engineers, worked as a nuclear scientist for 11 years and successfully completed and commissioned the plant. Engineers India Limited, first batch of engineers to develop Bombay High offshore oil and gas fields, mega offshore complex platform, trunk and submarine pipelines, underwater inspection and indigenization oil and gas equipment, etc. Det Norsec Versatile's world largest classification society, worked for 17 years at various capacities for the certification of fixed offshore installations, submarine pipelines, onshore projects and personnel qualification, underwater inspection divers, ICS. He is founder of India's first certification conformance assessment body, established in the year 1999, provider of total quality solution, certification of management system, ISO, inspection, testing, and training qualification of personnel, achievements and awards, receive Lifetime Achievement Award for the contribution for the corrosion technologies from NACE International by NIGIS under NACE USA, social worker, protection of life, asset, environmental and safety. Now I request Dr. Katare to please virtually inaugurate the session.
कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः.
Please join us for the recitation of the Gayatri Mantra. Introduction of our today keynote speaker, Mr. Dinesh Kumar Tejwani, designation and organization, technology entrepreneur. His academic qualification, chartered accountant. His area of specialization and experience are currently working as advisor. He is a regular speaker on tax technology at various professional forums. He has contributed to 3 WIRC publications, and the latest is AI Navigating the New Frontier for Chartered Accountants. He is also an active mentor for two startups, sharing his knowledge and experience with next generation of entrepreneurs. Please welcome Dinesh sir. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Weber. And it is great to know this endeavor by ICS Group, the brainchild of Dr. Kataria to spread.
Sorry to interrupt you, sir. Sir, please switch on your camera, sir.
Okay, sure.
Yes.
Yes. So yeah, it's great to know this endeavor by Dr. Kataria to spread knowledge, dissemination of knowledge in various areas. And looking at the career journey of Dr. Kataria, being a nuclear scientist to a successful entrepreneur is really inspiring. So to just set the background, I've spoken to Weber and Dr. Kataria also. I've spoken about AI specifically for chartered accountants on a couple of occasions, right? Now, this is the first time I'm speaking to a different group. So to that extent, I needed to tweak my flow of presentation. Now, before I start, I asked Weber, do you have a polling facility? So Weber said no. Okay. So, but what I'll do is, you all have access to chat, right? I'm pasting a link here. I would request all of you to click on this link, and there's a small poll. You please reply to this poll. I'll wait for 15 seconds. I want at least, few people to click on this and respond so that, I can tweak my presentation accordingly. Weber, please make a beginning. You click at least so that I know.
Hello.
Yes. I think I have to make it, interactive. Otherwise, this will become very dull and boring, presentation. So please participate.
Yes,
One
sir.
word. That's by Weber, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I just want to know, have you used ChatGPT? So the simple, answer would be yes or no. Okay. 15 seconds over, only one response. No problem. What you do is now, can you at least put it in chat? I mean, instead of, answering on the poll, if you can just type your answer yes or no. Let me see. Okay, very nice. Ajay has written no. So there are 26 people, including me, so 25. I expect at least, yes or no answer from everyone. That will help me in setting the right context for the presentation. Okay, only 2 answers so far. Okay, fair enough. No issues. So I presume I'll have to start from the basic, presuming that most of you do not know about ChatGPT. So let me start. So what is AI? You know, I believe you all must have heard about AI. You would have read about it. It's a branch of computer science which focuses on creating machines which can perform the tasks that typically requires human intelligence. So the idea is that whatever a human can do, a machine should be able to think and perform in a similar way. Now, it's not a very new topic. It was coined by John McCarthy. He was a scientist who coined this term in 1950. So it's a very old concept, and the development has taken place in last 50, 60 years. And today, we have reached a stage where we all are able to utilize the AI. Okay, the next I'll be using some terminology. So one is NLP, natural language processing. Now this is a branch of artificial intelligence which gives computers ability to understand, process, and produce human language. Okay, so when two humans speak, if we speak the same language, we understand what the other person is saying, we comprehend, and we respond. Okay, NLP tries to do same thing. Again, not a very new concept. It started in 1956. ELIZA was the first chatting software, which was created by a scientist. And today, I think we all use NLP in our Android phones, right? We say, okay, Google, and we can, start, chatting with Google. Or if you're using Apple, we say, hey, Siri, and we interact with our mobile, right? So NLP is part of our everyday lives. The third is LLM. LLM is an advanced AI model that processes, understands, and generates human language by analyzing vast amount of data. So the launch of LLMs actually created the products that today the world is looking at with wonder. Okay, so there are many LLMs, and more LLMs are now coming, and there are major AI tools which are in the market. More such tools will come in the coming years. Okay, but today's presentation will be on ChatGPT only. Now, ChatGPT was launched in November 2022, and it took the world by storm. Everybody was just amazed at the capability of this AI tool. And first it was a desktop application, then there was an app. Okay, so if you're not used ChatGPT, I would encourage you to use it. And as we progress through the presentation, you will see that what all things it can do. Okay, so presuming that most of you do not know about ChatGPT, because I'm not getting any answer, I'll have to make some presumption. So I'll proceed with what ChatGPT can do. So straight away I'll jump to live demo. Okay, so this is a tool. All right, and this is where you type your message, and ChatGPT would respond. Okay, so there are a couple of things that this tool can do. Okay. The very first thing that we can try is query or search. Today, if you want to search for anything, what do? You Google it, right? You go to Google, you type, and the response you get is a list of various websites which may contain the answer. Then you have to click on the site which you feel is likely to contain your answer, and you click on that and you read, right? So that is what we all grew up. Today we don't use the word search, we say please Google it, right? So now same thing how ChatGPT does is Instead of giving you a link to the websites, it directly gives you the answer. Okay, so we'll try it out now. I already, put my questions ready so that we save time. So I presume there are, business people also in the audience, apart from people who are in job. So I think first question which comes to every businessman is, what is the limit of mandatory register under GST? Correct. Now, if I type this, instead of getting a link to various websites, I'll straight away get my answer. Okay, so it says that 40 lakhs is the limit, except for the special categories where it is 20 lakhs. For supply services, it's 20 lakhs, and for special category states, 10 lakhs. Okay, you straight away got your answer. You did not have to really go through various websites to search your answer. Okay, so that is the first major use of ChatGPT. Now, second important use is asking follow-up questions. Okay, now the best part of this tool is that it remembers what you asked earlier and you need not repeat it. If you ask a question, it will understand that this is a follow-up question. So let's say if I ask, what are those special category states? Okay. Okay, so it has given the reply that these are the states which are special category states. So I did not have to repeat my question that what are the special category states under GST. It understood that this is a follow-up question. Okay. The next thing is I'll ask for a composition scheme. Okay, so who is eligible for composition scheme? Now again, it understood that this question is pertaining to GST, and it has given the response. The traders and manufacturers with annual turnover of 1.5 crore. Okay, and excluding restaurants. So you see, it has got an amazing ability to give you a direct answer. Okay, now let me warn you here. Should you really consider this answer to be correct? Okay, now if you read the last line, okay, what does it say? ChatGPT can make mistakes. Consider checking important information. Okay, so I think that is the first learning, that these tools are still, in their initial stages and they are evolving. So all your questions may or may not be, all your answers may or may not be correct. So always verify your answers. This is the first learning of this tool. So you try searching for any information and you'll get a straight answer. Okay. The next part of this tool is its ability to summarize a very long test. Now, supposing you have a very long document. Okay. Now, again, I give an example. I'm sorry, I'm giving examples pertaining to accounting or law field. I couldn't think of a very generic use case which might be, or if any of you can interact with me, then I can give those examples. So there's a concept called peer-to-peer lending, right? And there are various RBI registered NBFCs which allow P2P lending, person-to-person lending, right? Now RBI has given these guidelines. Okay. Now if you look at the guidelines, it is into 39 pages. Now I don't have time to read 39 guidelines. So what I'll do is I'll go to ChatGPT, okay, and I'll say I'll attach this file. Okay, after attaching this file, I can either ask a question from this file or I can ask it to summarize. So I'll say summarize provisions for sending money abroad to relatives or friends. Now it is reading this document and it is trying to, sorry, okay, I asked the wrong question, right? Because this is an answer not given in this document. Okay, that would have been, that question would have pertained to what we call as liberalized remittance scheme. Okay, so it is still, it is given that for lending, what are the rules pertaining to money sending abroad. Now let me ask a relevant question here. So I'll ask, what is the maximum amount that can be invested by an individual? Okay. So you directly got your answer that maximum amount is capped at 50 lakhs rupees. And if a person wants to invest more than 10 lakhs, then he must get a certificate from a chartered accountant. Okay, it is somewhere in those 39 lines. What ChatGPT has done is it has found that answer and summarized it for you. So if you have any very long text and you don't want to read that, you can even paste it here and you can ask ChatGPT to summarize it. Okay. So that is the second most important use of ChatGPT. Now I'll come to third one, which is text generation. So it's very creative. It can generate a lot of things. It can even generate a story. It can create a joke. It can create a poem, right? So those are the fun aspects. Actually, recently there has been an author, which got literary award, and then she mentioned that 50% of the novel that she has written is written with the help of AI. So AI is very creative. It can generate any kind of text. Okay. So what I'll do is, our family is planning a trip to a place called Binsar Valley in Uttarakhand. Okay. So I'll go to ChatGPT and I'll say, please plan a 3-day itinerary for Binsar Valley. Okay, it is giving me day-wise suggestion that what should do on day 1, morning to afternoon, late afternoon to evening, okay, all the places that you can visit, what is important at that place, okay, what you do on second day, right, divided into morning, afternoon, evening, and then what you do on third day. Okay. Now again, as I mentioned, it remembers the context. So I would say that I'm more interested in visiting religious places. So please change the itinerary accordingly. So I'll say I am more interested in visiting religious places. Change it accordingly. Okay, now if you see, The itinerary is completely changed and it is showing only religious places. Okay. So in Zoom, there is a feature called, what do you call, no sound, please. Weber, is sound clear? Because somebody has written no sound, please. Mr. Harish has written no sound. Weber, can you respond, please? Okay. All right. I think I'll have to continue without interaction. Okay. Now, what I'll do is I'll write an email to my cousin Ravi and I'll ask him to join. Okay. Now, even that task can be very well done by ChatGPT. I don't have to make effort to draft an email. Okay, so here it is. Okay, isn't it wonderful? It has drafted a beautiful email which you can write to your cousin. Now I thought, who's going to read email, right? So let me ask ChatGPT to draft a WhatsApp message. So I'll say, write WhatsApp message. Again, if you remember, it is remembering the context. Now it has written a beautiful WhatsApp message with emojis and everything. Okay, and because WhatsApp message has to be short, it has condensed it. It is a very short message, and you can just copy, paste, and then continue. Okay, so I've spoken about querying or search. I've spoken about summarization. I've spoken about text generation. Now, next part is, so far we have dealt only with text part. Okay. Now, when it was launched, this tool, it was able to understand only text. Then gradually, it made it possible to understand voice also. So if you have a mobile app of ChatGPT, instead of typing, you can speak. You can speak your query and it will speak back, it will talk back, So you can have virtual, verbal communication with the tool. So voice, suddenly was part of the ChatGPT. Then immediately after some time, the image processing capability was added to ChatGPT. Now, what you can do is, I'll show you by way of an example. Okay, so I have this image. Okay, I have this image, and what it shows an Indian thali, right, with so many items. What I'll do is I'll upload this file and I'll ask ChatGPT to identify each item. Can you identify each item in this image? Okay, so you see the answer. The image appears to be of Indian thali. First is paneer dish. Okay, it even is trying to guess whether it is paneer tikka or shahi paneer. Then there's a green vegetable curry. What does it contain? Then there's a dal, there's bindi, okra, beetroot salad, curd-based dish, rice dish, paneer, bowl of rice. So you see, it's got amazing capability to even interpret an image. Okay, so it can generate image, it can understand image, answer your queries based on the image. So image capability was added to it. The latest in the area of development is Sora. So this is a new tool. Now what it does is,
ये वापस क्यों किया?
सर इसके स्कोप में ना कल प्रिंट करते वक्त बॉक्सेस ऐड नहीं हुआ था जो है वो
तो रिवाइज किया?
हाँ खाली बोले कि बॉक्सेस ऐड करके दे दो।
ओके,
बाकी सब कुछ
6 तारीख का क्यों आज का कर रहे हो?
तो शशांक सर बोले कि खाली इस पे ही साइन करवाना है ना, तो वो तारीख रहने दो, खाली वो बॉक्सेस ऐड करके सर को साइन करने के लिए दे दो।
नहीं, कल तो हमने 5 को किया था ना।
there is some
5 पे
conversation
डेट करिए ना।
going on.
पाँच का
Can
डेट
you
है।
नहीं,
please
6 का है ना।
इशू डेट 5 ही है सर, अप्रैल 2000 आज 6 तारीख है ना।
और 6 तारीख है रजिस्टर्ड डेट।
Dr.
Yes.
Kataria,
आज
can you
करके।
please mute your system? Thank you. Okay. Now, Sora is a tool which has just been launched by AI, ChatGPT. This is a company behind ChatGPT, OpenAI. And what it can do, it can create a video from the text. So all you have to do is just write one sentence. It will understand that and it will create a 30-second video. Okay. So you see the way progress is happening in this field. It's unbelievable. Okay. So this is a prompt, several giant woolly mammoth approaching, treading through a snowy meadow. Their long woolly fur lightly bows in the wind. So you can write whatever you want in a sentence and it will create a complete video out of it. Just see now. This video is created by AI. Okay. So you must have heard, I mean, if you would have definitely received some WhatsApp messages where you will see, Prime Minister Modi singing a song, So all this is now AI generated. You can pick up any song and you can say now change it in the voice of Mr. Modi, or change it in the voice of Kishore Kumar or Mohammed Rafi. It will do that. It can also create AI generated videos, correct? So there's a concern now that how will people understand that this is a real video or AI generated video, or whether this voice is of the real person or AI generated. So these are the concerns which are emerging. And to that extent, all the governments are now thinking that there is a need to regulate this field. Okay. Even the technology companies are now, thinking. So maybe YouTube is thinking that when you look at the video, so it will classify that this is AI generated video, or it will put the onus on the person who's uploading that this is a real video or AI generated video. Okay. And there can be a lot of misuse of these tools during coming elections. So if you read today's, Eco Times also, there's an article about it. In whichever country the elections are taking place, Taiwan, USA, India, major, elections. So there is a great apprehension that, these tools may be used to sway the result of, the election in a certain way. Okay, so this was about the voice, text, and image capabilities of this tool. Okay, now we come to interesting part, which is data analysis. Okay, so far we were talking only about the text, or we were talking about images. Now let's talk about real data. So what I do is I have downloaded this, or rather I have created this random sheet. Okay, it contains name of the product, what is the sale value, the salesperson name, city. Okay, these are the 4 columns. So these are sales data with 4 columns. I want to analyze these data. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll upload this file. Now, by the way, while I'm talking about the upload of the file, there are 2 versions of ChatGPT, the free versions and the paid version. This functionality and a lot of functionalities are available in the paid version, okay, not in the free ones. So this upload file feature is available in the paid version, which is $20 per month. Now I uploaded this file. Okay, now I'll start asking some questions. So I'll say, which are the top 3 selling products and their value in percentage. So it is analyzing this data sheet and it will try and come up with the answer. So I think all of you can make use of these, wonderful tools. So first it is trying to even explaining that, how I understood this sheet. So it said that these are the columns and now I am analyzing it. So here it has given these 3 products. What is, okay, so I'm not happy with this. I'll say present the result in a tabular form. Okay, now I get it into tabular form. I can even say that change percentage to integer values. I don't want in decimals. Okay, so it is able to analyze your data and give you the results straight away. You don't have to go to Excel and then perform formula. Now, by the way, this tool has got amazing capability to understand Excel also. So if you are having issues in finding out the formula for Excel, you can ask this tool to even generate a formula. Now, similarly, I'll say top 3 salesmen. So I'll say now change this output and show me who are the top 3 salespeople. Okay, so see Arav, Vihan, and Rohan. These are the top 3 performing salespeople. Okay. Now I say I want to give it to management. Okay, I don't want to give it in this form. Give me a pie chart. Okay, so it is able to create even a pie chart. So I think these are the things which you can use in your day-to-day work to save time. So how organizations and companies are thinking of using such tools. So every company is looking at these tools and planning how it can be used, okay, to drive efficiency or to reduce cost. Okay, so But whatever it is, I think one thing which is very clear is every organization is considering this as an important skill. So there was a time that if you did not know how to use a computer, how to use Microsoft Word or Excel, you could still get a job. But do you think today it's possible? No. So it has become an essential skill that you should know PPT, you should know Excel, and Word. These are three basic things. Similarly, now this will be considered as one of the important skill that every employee must have. Okay. Now you may ask that what is so great in this? I'm just asking question and just giving the answer. It's not that simple. Okay. One is you have to understand how this tool is working. Okay. You have to understand how to make the tool give correct answer, because there are possibilities that it can give a wrong answer. Okay. And third is how to frame your question. Now this is called prompting. Whatever I'm typing here, okay, it's called prompt. So prompting is going to be a very sought after skill in future. You should know how to write a prompt, and the prompt need not be this small. You can write a prompt running into 10 sentences also. Okay. More clarity you bring to ChatGPT, more correct and clear answer you will get. Okay. So that's a tip for you. I mean, if you are in job, you start learning, ChatGPT, prompting tools, what are the, accuracy concerns, safety concerns, all those you have to start learning. There are many courses, there are many online courses. You can, start picking up those courses and start learning those skills. Okay. Now there's a term I want to use, hallucination. So hallucination is when it starts creating a very fake answer. Okay. So there are times when it will start creating absolutely incorrect answers also. But gradually, this technology will improve. And the idea by every company is to minimize or remove the hallucination that occurs in their tool. Okay. So I have covered, how this tool can be used. Now you may ask, there are many tools. So why I'm showing ChatGPT? Because this is very simple to use. This is very stable. This is by far the most powerful tool. Okay. There are many other tools which you can really try later. Even Google is trying to, come up with its own. It has come up with its own tool called Gemini, which is part of Google Workspaces. Okay. But somehow, people still prefer ChatGPT. The company behind this tool is OpenAI. So OpenAI is an independent company, but a major investment in this company is done by Microsoft. So it's virtually a Microsoft company. They invested $12 billion in this company. Okay. So this is what I wanted to talk about, how to use this tool. Now, the next part of my presentation, I would have loved if there was some interaction so that I can, make it more meaningful. So I'll again, pause for 1 minute and I'll ask, some questions here. You may put it in chat. Or if permitted, you can unmute and ask me a question. That will make it more relevant. I'm waiting for some questions, some feedback, so that I can.
Hello. Yes, sir. You can continue, sir. If anyone have any question or any doubt, you can ask sir directly. Hello. Dinesh, sir, you can continue, sir.
So I think more or less I've completed, I think, because my idea was that this part of the presentation would be based on the queries. So if there is no query, then we might as well, end this. Because see, this is not something where, if it is not interactive, then it won't make any sense, Because people have to come up with, what they think about it.
Yeah, sir. But we can take the question answer session at last, na, sir. At last, we can take the question answer session, sir. At that time, people who have any doubt or any questions, so they can
So,
ask or they can put in the
consider
chat
this is
box.
the end, then some questions should come at least, right?
Yeah, sir. Right, sir. Right, sir.
Because otherwise it will become very dull and boring.
Sir, I think Kataria sir has joined. So please welcome Kataria sir.
Yeah, you are
Sir,
on.
please unmute yourself.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much. Tejwani Sahab, it was a very good presentation, and you could explain very basic thing about the AI. And this is the time going to be, future is going to be for AI. So everybody has to learn. And just my question, my curiosity was there that we provide training program for individuals and corporate. These programs are basically 10 to 20 people attend this program. And these programs are on management and the technology.
Okay.
Now, when we try to find out our performance, or we find out how the training program was effective, whether the faculty was good or not, and how was the environment, if it's done on site. So how was the environment, facility, your sound system, food, and other things. So we get a feedback, but then after getting the feedback, we are unable to really analyze how is the performance, what is the effectiveness of our training programs. So if you could put some light on that, how AI can be used for
AI can
finding
be
out
used
the
for this, yeah. Perfect.
overall performance.
Right. So I think, thank you, Dr. Kataria. Now, before that, there's a question, how much AI will have impact on our daily life? So the answer is huge. Somebody has asked this question because today, if I ask you how many of you use WhatsApp every 15 minutes, every hour, right? Almost all of you will say that yes. Same thing is going to happen with these tools. They become part of your daily routine. And if you see, it'll come in every product that you use. Even this Zoom meeting application that we're using, at the bottom you will see there's an icon called AI Companion. Okay, so AI will find its way into every product that you are using. Now, to answer your question, Dr. Kataria, okay, the way I think it, let me share my screen. And again, I'll go to ChatGPT. Okay. So, okay, I think at this moment, what I'll say is, I'll ask ChatGPT to become a persona. Okay. So I'll say, you are my management consultant. Okay. We conduct skill-based programs for a batch of, I'm just repeating your question only, right? Okay, let me ask, so let me complete this. You are my management consultant. I will ask some questions about my business and you suggest remedies or better alternates, right? So now this is a very interesting part of this tool. It will adopt a persona. Okay, now whatever question you'll ask, it will give the answer as if ChatGPT is a management consultant. Okay, so I'll say we conduct training program on skills in a batch of 20 people. Okay, how to take feedback to know effectiveness of these programs. Okay, so now it's saying it's a digital survey or live polling during session, like how I was trying, live polling, or focus group. You say conduct focus group discussion with a small subset of participants after the training program. This method can provide deeper insight into effectiveness of the training, participant engagement, and area of improvement. Or you can do one-on-one interview, okay, and pre and post training assessment and follow-up survey. Net promoter score. So it has given a lot of ideas. Correct. So act on feedback now. That was your question, that you're not able to act on your feedback. So I'll ask the same thing. We are conducting post training surveys, but okay, how to effectively use these survey results to improve our next program. So compile and analyze data. Okay, that's the first thing. All those results have to be tabulated, in Excel. Then you can analyze that. You can do quantitative analysis. You can do qualitative analysis. Then you can, based on that, prioritize the area of improvement. So now you see the power of the tool, right? And the way you ask question, you'll definitely get the answer. Encourage honesty, quick wins, long-term strategy. Okay, you may continue. I mean, see, it is something which has to be tried. But this is a trick, you ask it to adopt a certain persona. I'll give another very interesting example of persona, and people are using it a lot. Today mental health is a big issue, right? So people have stress, some mental issues, and people don't want to go to a psychiatrist. So what you can do is you can say that you are my psychiatrist, okay, and please help me, analyze my mental health situation and how can I improve. And you can chat with the tool. Okay, now Sudhir has asked this question: how best we can use AI in our ISO quality documentation and analysis? Okay, so Sudhir, I think as I mentioned, text generation is a very powerful feature, okay, of this tool. Okay, if you can give me just one example, like for what kind of certification? Let's say you want to generate a checklist for a certain types of ISO certification. Can you just type any ISO certification number for which you want to generate a checklist? Okay, ISO 14001. Okay. Okay, I don't know much about it. Okay, but I'll just try and let us say, so first of all, I'll say it's a new query, right? So I'll say, can you describe use and importance of ISO 14001? Okay, so it is described now. Now next I'll say generate a checklist for assessing preparedness of a company for this certificate. Sudhir, is it making sense? You can type your answer yes or no or irrelevant. It's very much on the subject, right? So any kind of documentation, this tool can be used. And let me warn you here, whatever these 10 points have come, please consider that these 10 points are created by your intern, okay, or by your new employee. And what you do in such cases, you always review them for correctness. So treat ChatGPT as your free intern, not free. If you go for paid version, then it is just $20 per month. It's your intern for $20 a month, which can take away like 80% of your hassles. Okay. Now all you have to do is just go through this and then edit it or rectify it. Okay. So these are, various ways in which you can use it in your ISO certification work.
Yeah, in fact, this gives a quite a lot of inputs.
Yes.
And as you rightly says, we can edit it and make it specific for our own company
Yes.
and make the action plan. Can we go on the action plan?
Action plan. Okay.
What is the action plan is showing?
Create and
Because it covers all the 10 points: internal audit, management review meeting, documented records, and meeting.
for it. Okay.
But I want to implement. Then what is the action plan? And what is the time schedule?
So here it is. Appoint a project leader, form a cross-functional team, define the project scope, secure top management support, do the gap analysis, plan development, implementation, communication, monitoring, and corrective actions. So this is planned from the perspective of an organization. Correct. Now, if you want a plan from the perspective of a certification body, okay, let me rephrase the question. Create action plan from perspective of certification body. So initiate communication, contract agreement, pre-assessment, audit planning, review document, stage 1 audit, stage 2 audit on-site, then audit report, document finding. Okay. I think now you have to tell me, is it relevant or irrelevant? Here it is. Okay, I'll take up the next question. How management meeting of a company can be made less time consuming and more effective? A very good question. I think all companies spend a lot of time in conducting meetings. Okay.
Yeah.
So I tell you,
Yeah.
okay. So in meetings, I think what is more important is minutes of meeting. Somebody has to take down the minutes of meeting. Okay. And second is somebody has to take down the actionable items, because without that, the meeting does not make any sense. Now, I'll tell you a very beautiful feature of the Zoom tool only. Okay. So in Zoom, where is, okay. So in Zoom, there is a feature called summary. Okay. So Vaibhav, you can actually try it out. In your settings, first you have to activate that I want to
Yes,
use
sir.
AI companion. Okay. So do you use it, Vaibhav?
No, sir, no.
Okay. So very simple. You activate it. And if you are conducting your meetings via Zoom, which I believe because you have presence all over India and many parts of the world. So for all your Zoom meetings, once the meeting is over, you can click on the AI companion, send me a summary. It will give you minutes of the meeting, which will be like 80 to 90% accurate. That is considering that even if 20 people are speaking, it will understand the context. It will summarize it and send it to you. So that is one way you can make use of it. Actually, I'm part of an organization called the Chamber of Tax Consultants, where there's a managing council with 22 members, right? So we conduct a monthly meeting, right? And it's a non-profit organization. So somebody, then the secretary of the organization has to write down the minutes. Now we have started using this. It has saved 80% time. So let me tell you straight away, 80% time saving in writing minutes of meeting by using this AI tool. Second thing, like Zoom, Microsoft has got a tool called Teams, correct? And Microsoft has come up with Microsoft Copilot. Microsoft 365 Copilot. Okay, this is your Copilot for work. All right, this will be part of your Excel. This will be part of your, Word file, everything. In addition to that, it will be part of your Teams. Okay, now the feature in Teams is same. One is at the end of the meeting, you'll get a summary. Second very important thing is, in every meeting, there's one or two people who join late. Okay, it starts at 11, somebody will join at 11:20. And now that person wouldn't know that what has happened during those 20 minutes. So there's a feature called catch up. Okay, so you click on that and that person will know that what conversation has happened during those 20 minutes. So he's on the same page as others. Okay? And he'll not ask repetitive questions which have already been discussed in previous 20 minutes. So I think these are some of the ways you can, think of using AI tools to make your management meetings more meaningful and cut your time. Again, second thing is for management meetings, if you want to prepare reports or what you call charts, you can make use of ChatGPT, which I just showed you, right? It was possible to create a chart. So, I mean, these are some of the ways you can, save time.
Thank you, sir. So I request all the participants, if you have anyone have any questions, you can unmute yourself and ask directly to the sir. You can put the question in the chat box also. Sir, there is no more questions, so can we move ahead, sir?
Yeah, so I think what I'll do is just to conclude the presentation today, I'll come to this part. Okay.
Yes, sir.
What are the benefits and what are the risks?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So one is consider this as your 24/7 digital assistant.
Yes, sir.
Okay. It is going to save you time and cost. It will improve your productivity and efficiency, and it will improve your services. Now about customer service, you can draft reply to your clients, very quickly. So all your, time in creating, replies will be saved. So you can offer better customer service. You can even create a chat bot. If somebody wants to get ISO 14000, okay, you can put a chat bot on your website. Okay, ask about ISO 14000. And the chatbot will give the response. So there are tools already available for this. They're all paid tools. You can instantly create your chatbot. The chatbot will give answer based on the documents that you provide. It will not pick up from internet. So you have your own set of questions and answers that you can give to chatbot. So that's one area where a lot of companies are investing money to improve their customer service. Okay. So these are the benefits. What are the problems here? As of now, accuracy is number one problem because it's not 100% accurate, but it's improving, right? But there are companies who are investing millions of dollars to achieve that 100% accuracy, and it is achievable. So while ChatGPT may not give you 100% result, there are other tools, specific tools, like I can tell you from my tax and accounting, there are now tools available for tax research, which will give either 100% correct answer or it will not give the answer. Okay, it will not give a made up answer or inaccurate answer. Okay. Second thing is now the world is thinking about these tools, the transparency, that from where the answers are coming. Then there are ethical concerns, because these tools will become very powerful over a period of time. So there are ethical concerns, will they be biased towards a certain language, community, caste, nation, So those are the concerns which companies are thinking about. Governments are thinking about. Privacy. Now let me just warn you, any question that you ask here, okay, and the answer, it is going to the company, OpenAI, because based on your response, the company is training its large language model. Okay. So your data is going to that company. So privacy is a concern. So when you give your data, you make sure that you not give your confidential data. Do not write your name, PAN number, bank account number, Aadhaar. No, never. Okay. If you have to give data, don't give the name of the company. Okay. Give anonymized data. So privacy is one concern. Security, because ultimately these are tools. So, security in any case is a concern today. Cyber crimes are on the rise. So these are things which all governments. So European Union has already created a law to regulate AI. Even India is now thinking, after the elections, Modi government may come up with some regulations because these tools will become very powerful. Okay. So this is it. Now, as far as, one question which generally, is asked by everyone is that will AI take away my job? Okay. Now, there's no clear answer to that, but there's a famous quote that AI will not take away your job, but the person knowing AI will definitely take away your job. Okay. Now, what it means is that if there's one post, one person knows AI, the other doesn't know, obviously the person knowing AI will be preferred. Okay. So this is important skill, and every person in the job must make efforts to learn this skill. Okay. Generally, it is being perceived that AI will create many more opportunities. Like when internet came, it created many more opportunities. The jobs increased, right? So in the long run, AI will create many new tools, many new software applications, which will, in general, increase the GDP, increase the job profile. But in the short run, there may be some losses. There'll be some losses. Like one area which is very prone to job losses is customer support. So all the companies are now replacing the human customer support executive with an AI-driven chatbot, and which is straight away giving them 80% cost saving. Okay. So, these are few things which one has to, keep in mind. So, yeah, I think this is it. I think.
Yeah, but one thing, Mr.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Dinesh
Yes.
Tejwani Saab, I have one question.
Yes, sir.
When it comes to privacy and secrecy,
Yes, sir.
and we have seen that things get leaked. I don't know how they are able to hack the system and get detail. Like they say, if you take a loan from bank or if you go to, and then next evening you start getting a lot of calls from other bank also.
Correct, correct.
So how it happens? See, even we have seen our mobiles also very vulnerable. When you are doing online shopping, also very vulnerable.
Correct.
Data may be misused. I don't know how it is going to be, how is being misused. Is the so using the AI, people are always concerned
Yes.
whether they are going to give so much of company's data and whether it's not going to misuse.
Absolutely, sir. So I think a very clear answer is when you upload any data, do not give the name of the company. So it could be, ChatGPT would think this is a dummy data. This is a synthetic data. Okay. So that is one thing. Second thing is if you're a large company, like you are a large group, so many companies, you can have the enterprise version of ChatGPT, which will be hosted on your servers. So all the data will remain within your servers. It will not go outside to any other company. Okay. But yeah, privacy remains a concern, and we are giving, in any case, so much to other tools. We are giving everything to Google Maps. Google Map knows where you went yesterday, where you're going to go today, how many places how many restaurants you have visited, frequently. So
Yeah.
yeah, definitely we are giving a lot of our personal data. And but for, I mean, general advice is for AI, when you give data, give anonymized data. Don't upload your bank statement, right? Bank statement will contain your bank account number, address. Don't do that. You copy only transactions and give, right? So that will be anonymized. So I think that's the only answer as of now. But yes, I think
Thank you.
yes. I think there is no
Thank
more
you.
questions.
Indeed,
Now
it
we are-
was a very good presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, back to Oil, sir.
Thank you, sir, thank you, Kataria, sir. Thank you, Dinesh, sir, for explaining topic in simplifying way and for the presentation.
All right, it was my pleasure, being with ICS and all of you. Thank you so much.
Our next session is on 13th April. ICS is pleased to provide you all its research and development, integrated management system, QMS, EMS, and OHSS, excellence in education management, ISO made easy in Gujarati, Marathi, Telugu, and Hindi. For reading any of the above books, please contact me, Sushma Kindalkar, on the given contact details. Feedback form, please register on www.sadgunsang.org and go in your login and give your valued feedback to us. Thank you, Dinesh sir, for today's topic. Thank you for being part of Sadgun Sang. Now it's time to officially close the session. Thank you, sir. Have a nice day.
Thank you.